Welcome to the Dragon's Den. My name is Leo Drake and thank you for spending part of your day with me. Please consider subscribing as it is free and helps me keep creating content for you guys. If you enjoy the video, click the like button and ring the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. In this video, we are reviewing the film Apollo 13. I will be discussing the movie during this video, so consider this your one and only spoiler warning. So let's get to it. Apollo 13 from 1995 was directed by Ron Howard and based on true events. Less than a year after Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon in Apollo 11, followed successfully by Apollo 12 later in 1969, Jim Lovell, played by Tom Hanks, is returning to space after his mission on Apollo 8, where he and the crew orbited the moon 10 times. He now hopes to finally land on the moon's surface. Jim Lovell is leading a 3-man crew to the moon. They are bumped up to Apollo 13 and the mission has problems from the beginning. Ken Mattingly, played by Gary Sinise, is identified as having measles and is replaced by backup Jack Swigert, played by Kevin Bacon. Fred Haise, played by Bill Paxton, is the final crew member. Shortly after launch, the crew lose an engine, but they manage to dock successfully. When an oxygen tank explodes,
Houston, we have a problem.
Gene Kranz, played by Ed Harris, is in mission control, and the NASA scientists scramble for solutions. They recommend shutting down the valves, which is a process that cannot be undone.
We just lost the moon.
The main control module is unsalvageable as more oxygen vents into space. The crew's only option is to use the lunar module as a life raft. The TV networks originally declined to show the astronauts recording in space, but now all eyes are on the daring rescue mission. The crew pass by the moon in a desperate mission to return home alive.
I'd like to go home.
A new problem arises when the LEM is using too much power. After a short burn, the astronauts have to power down practically everything, including heating and the computer, leaving them cold and blind in space. NASA need to run a simulator on the ground to help the crew and recruit Ken Mattingly to help run the program. Before long, another issue becomes apparent. The LEM was meant to land 2 men on the moon, not carry 3 individuals for an extended period of time, and the CO2 levels are building dangerously. A group of NASA scientists put together a makeshift fix using only items aboard the spacecraft and have the astronauts put it together to reduce the CO2 levels. Fred has a fever and the whole crew is cold and tired.
Failure is not an option.
Just when it cannot get any worse, NASA informs the crew they need a second burn to correct their course, or they will ricochet off the atmosphere on re-entry. This means powering up the computer using as little amps as possible. Ken Mattingly is holistically seeking a re-entry procedure within the available power usage. The spacecraft is also underway as the crew were expecting to return home with rocks from the moon. Ken does not have the measles and manages to come through for the crew and design a re-entry plan that has a chance of working. As the crew of Apollo 13 separate in preparation for landing, they finally get to see the catastrophic damage done to the ship by the explosion and realise their crucial heat shield might be damaged. If the heat shield is too badly affected, then they will burn up on re-entry. However, there is nothing they can do about it other than pray. During re-entry, the crew will be out of communication. As the seconds and minutes of the blackout pass by, everyone fears the heat shield has failed until thankfully the returning crew are spotted. Apollo 13 is a successful failure. The movie has a strong cast, a great director, and a miraculous story to tell. Despite most people knowing the ending, this film manages to keep the suspense and intensity at a consistently high level for much of the runtime. That is why I give Apollo 13 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching. With another year down, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see in 2026, and have a fantastic new year. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like and share it. I'm looking to post a new video every Monday, so be sure to come back for that, and click the link on screen to watch another of my videos. Until next time, hoorah!